Hi everyone, thank you for coming back. Today I want to talk a little bit about starting your day off right. I feel like it contributes a lot to the success that I've had, so I want to give you just the ideas that I have about starting your day off in the right way. I really think that the way that you start the day has flow-on impacts for the rest of your day, so whether they be positive or negative. So if you can start your day in the right kind of way, then I think you're going to generally have a pretty good day. The best way to start your day off right, in my opinion, comes with preparation the night before. So that means a few things. Firstly, for me, it means I prepare my lunches. So on a Sunday night, I generally try to prepare lunch for Monday, Tuesday, sometimes Wednesday, depending on, how well I've done at thinking ahead when I've gone grocery shopping. But it doesn't just mean that I prepare my lunches. It also means I prepare my snacks. So I think about what kind of things I want to be eating in those in-between bits when you get a little bit hungry. So I do that on a Sunday for Monday, Tuesday, possibly Wednesday, and then I do it again on Wednesday night for Thursday, Friday to get me through the week. And I find it really, really helpful because I then know what I'm going to be eating during the day. And that's not to be super strict or controlling or anything like that. It's more to stop me from making those sort of impulse purchases because, I just don't have anything else around and I'm hungry, and the closest thing from this cafe is some kind of delicious chocolate pastry thing. And, willpower is a tough thing to handle as it is, and adding to that extra temptation and being hungry and, all these kinds of little extra difficulties that we have to overcome. I just find that it's easier and I am better with my long-term success if I've prepared my lunches and my snacks and I know what I'm going to be eating. That doesn't mean that I always eat perfectly every single day or anything like that, but I do my best to try and, eat the things that I've packed for myself that day. The next thing for me is preparing my clothes. So there's two facets to this. The first is that I have to prepare my clothes that I'm going to wear when I get to work. I like to work out in the mornings. I'll work out on my way to work, or I'll go to the gym before I get to work, so I need to bring with me the clothes that I'm going to wear. Some people like to take a couple of changes of clothes to the office so that they've got stuff to change into, for a couple of days, and that's fine as well. That's great. So I'm happy to just go each day with whatever I'm going to wear. It does sometimes mean that I have to juggle and, I've got to wear hiking boots because I've got to go out and do field work, so I might wear my hiking boots to the gym and then change into the runners that are, squashable in my backpack, and then change out of them to go to work in the hiking boots. But, I make it work, and I don't care if people look at me and think that I look a bit funny in my active wear with my hiking boots. I've just had a serious active day. I get those clothes together that I'm going to wear when I get to work, but I also lay out the clothes that I'm going to wear that day to go to the gym or to work out, what I'm going to wear in the morning. And I know that sounds a little bit childish maybe, or basic or something like that, but I find it really takes the stress and the pressure off. As soon as I get up in the morning, the clothes I'm going to wear are right there. I just roll out of bed, put them on, and I'm out the door, I can go. I find that really, really helps me out. The next thing that I have is that I do the night before is that I pack my bag. So I pack my bag with my clothes, I pack my bag with my laptop, with whatever I need for the gym, so water bottle, towel, gloves, that kind of thing. The last thing is probably the hardest, and that's getting to bed at a reasonable time. Putting down the phone, Facebook's going to be there in the morning, nothing's going to happen overnight that, somebody's not going to call me if it's a huge emergency. I try to leave the bedroom for bedroom things. I know that's hard and it's not super realistic all the time, but my whole point is that we're not trying to do these things perfectly. We're not trying to do these things every single day absolutely beautifully done. It's having that aim to do them, to try and achieve it, most of the time if we can. Often I don't get to bed at a reasonable time. I try. And it seems like a lot to do when, everyone's finally fed and washed and in bed and you've just finished the washing up and, you're dog tired and you don't want to do anything else. You just want to go to bed. I promise you it's worth it to do these extra little things so that your morning is a bit easier. And even if I am absolutely shattered, I will make that little bit of effort just to put these things together so that in the morning I know that I can just get up and go and I don't have to think. There's only a couple of things that I want to go over of what I do in the mornings to get my day started right. Generally, I don't feel particularly stressed because I've got everything sorted the night before. If I really, really want to, I can have a little bit more of a sleep in. There's all sorts of advice out there about breakfast and breakfast foods and when you should eat and how often and all these kinds of things. And I only want to say what's worked for me and what does work for me now. I tend to work out in the mornings, so I don't usually feel hungry until after I've sort of cooled down. And that generally means that I'm eating when I get to work. I have some oatmeal and some UHT milk there that I can make something there if that's what it gets to. On other days, though, I feel a little bit too weak and a bit fainty. So one of those snacks that I've prepared that I'm going to eat during the day, I'll eat that on the way to the gym on the train. My train ride is over an hour. My commute is quite long, so I have time to do that. Sometimes I'll also prepare the night before, maybe some yogurt and muesli, and I'll take that on the train. And nobody has a problem with you eating yogurt and muesli on the train. It's not opening a tin of tuna, so that's okay. But my, only advice for you really is to listen to your body. If you wake up and your body is screaming at you to eat, then maybe you should eat. Your body really does know best when you are and aren't hungry. And getting an idea of when those are true signals and when you're, eating because you're bored or because you're moody or feeling emotional or any of these other reasons, getting those two things separated is one of the tricks. I do recommend, though, getting those things ready the night before if you are going to eat in the morning as best you can, just because it means that you can get up and enjoy the food in the morning. You can enjoy the preparation as part of a morning ritual and you won't have to feel rushed to do it. The next thing that I recommend for the morning that I do in the morning is work out. So I'm the most successful when I do it that way. If I leave it with the intention of, I'll go at lunchtime, or I'll go after work, it's fine, or I'll go later in the evening, after I've done some stuff when I get home, or, even I'll work out when I get home. I've got, some weights that I can use, I'll do it when I get home. Generally, I have more time to talk myself out of it. So, I'll tell myself, I'm too tired, I'll go tomorrow morning, I already went yesterday. I'll find excuses. I have too much to do. Often I have too much work and feel, a little bit pressured by what I've got to finish, tonight when I get home for tomorrow morning. But so if I leave working out until the evening, more likely than not, I won't do it because of that pressure of what I've got to finish, that commitment for work. I try to start my day off with my workout. I like to prioritize that time because it has such a positive impact on my mood, on my mental health, and it really gets my day going, really sets it in motion to be a good, strong, positive day. The last thing that I do in the morning and that I recommend you do in the morning is to enjoy the extra time you have. I promise that, if you've packed everything you need, you've set out your clothes, you've organised what you're eating for breakfast and lunch and your snacks, and you will have spare time in the morning compared with your usual routine. If that means you snooze a little longer or cuddle with your loved one or take a moment to read a book. I struggle to read many books during the year, so sometimes I take that little bit of extra time that I have on a day when I'm not going to the gym in the morning to read, or catch up on the Facebook that you missed last night. Promise you it'll be nothing. Or maybe really just take the time to enjoy that yogurt and muesli bowl that you prepared the night before. You will have a few moments to soak in if you make those moments for yourself. If you get organised, you can have those moments. I know that sometimes it's a bit difficult when children wake up before you wake up, but you really need to prioritise your health and starting your day in the right way, because if things are good for you, there's always going to be a positive outflow to everybody else, to your family, to your partner, to your kids. And then when you get to work, it's going to flow out to your colleagues. You're going to see it in your work. And all of these things start by starting your day off right. And for me, starting your day off right means starting your day the night before. And sometimes that seems like a bit much, but preparation is maybe kind of my thing a little bit. Okay. So I want you guys to give that a go. I'd really appreciate it if you did and got back to me and see if it works. I mean, it takes a little while to get into the routine and the habit, but you know, I think it really does have a positive impact. And so I guess I'll see you guys next week.